Well, Shoaib sir, coming to you, how do you see that artificial intelligence help you in managing the leadership and overall in your organization?
Okay, thank you very much, Saqib, and thank you very much, the organizers, for having me here today. Leadership is certainly a very broad subject, and certainly I will just focus on just one or two important areas that I feel that there has been a tremendous change, and the change is actually not only because of the pandemic or because of the different technology, but the change, I think one of the important things is that traditionally the leadership style has been that the guidance, the direction used to come from the top leadership, from the management, from the top management, from the CEO or from the board of directors. And today, as we just talked about, because of the new generation, their mindset, one of the important things as a leader is to ensure that you use your resources in the most efficient and manner. So while there is, in today's leadership, there is a lot of focus on use of technology, on new skills, on efficiencies, but as a true leader, I think one of the very important things which is sometimes missed out is to understand the strengths of your people. The HR management, the management of your HR resources in the most efficient manner is very, very important. Now, certainly, as we all know, that every human being is different, and they have different skill sets, and they have different capabilities, and their reaction to different situations is different. So, if I tell something to you, maybe you understand it in a different manner. I tell same thing to Sadia, she may have a different interpretation of that. So as a true leader, I think the most important work of a leader is to ensure that he or she empowers the human capital that they have. And that is actually the key catalyst for the growth of an organization. So for a leader, I think it's very important that not only he ensures that he inculcates the same leadership skills in his subordinates, immediate subordinates, but to develop that culture. So if an organization has like 100 managers, a true leader, the role of a true leader is not to be leader and let others, the subordinates. His job is to develop those 100 leaders for the future. And that can actually change the culture of organization. And from the perspective, and we just talked about the mission of the side, I talked about the mission of the organization. So at Meezan, when we started this journey about 20 years ago, as we know, it's a faith-based organization where our vision is to make Sharia compliant investing a first choice for the investors. And that is actually the vision and the mission that is that is actually keeping the employees together. And we have been very successful, alhamdulillah, during even these COVID times. We were able to grow 200% in the last 3 years. So I think from the perspective of the leader, one of the important areas, as I said, is empowerment and understanding of people. The second important thing, because the world is changing very fast, and that is an important area to look at, is innovation. Now, when we are talking about innovation, one has to understand the difference between exploitation and exploration. So a true leader has to exploit and explore at the same time. There are certainly a business model that you're running at any point in time. So you have to ensure that it's generating right revenues, you are improving your processes, but at the same time, one has to focus on the new areas and to innovate. So from that perspective, the concept of ideation, incubation, and scale is very important. And what we have seen is that there are organizations where they've done very well in their existing business model, but when it comes to innovation, they have failed. Nokia is one example we are all aware of. We all used to love Nokia phones, but now how many of us use Nokia today? We moved to iPhone or Samsung because they disrupted, they came up with the new ideas, they embraced upon and they actually acknowledged what the customer needed and made the right use of technology. So that is again a very, very important area which requires a lot of attention of the true leaders, not only to come up to actually continue with the existing business model, but to continue to reinvent and re-challenge the existing model. Thank you.
Yeah, I think very, very well pointed out. The leader is the one that when he leaves the or she leaves the organization, systems should work. Because majority of the times we say that the leader has gone in the organization and goes down. That's not leadership. Leadership is the one who creates leaders, and then he moves or she moves on from that one. That's the way we can grow on this one.